welcome back to my channel. I'm Mariah, your Dairy State vegan, and today we're doing another week of meal prep for lunches for 2 adults. Stay tuned. Okay, so this week for meal prep, we're going to be making a Mediterranean pasta salad that the only thing you have to cook in the whole salad is the pasta. And then we're also going to be doing a Thai peanut inspired rice bowl. So let's go over the ingredients you need for both of these dishes and let's get cooking. Okay, so the ingredients you're going to need for the Mediterranean pasta salad are, you only need 1 box. I'm making 2 boxes of pasta today because we're also going to have spaghetti for dinner. But just 1 box of the pasta of your choice. I'm using the tri-colored rotini. You're going to want 2 cans of garbanzo beans, some bell peppers, cherry tomatoes, cucumber, red onion, and then I also picked up some baby spinach, a jar of pitted Kalamata olives. I got these from Aldi, so they were really cheap, along with a jar of marinated artichoke hearts. Again, I got these from Aldi really cheap. We're going to use some oregano, salt, pepper, and then I'm going to doctor up this dressing, but this will be the main dressing for our pasta salad, just this Greek vinaigrette. Again, you can get it from Aldi. All this is really, really affordable. I'm going to make a really nutritious pasta salad. Then, as for our Thai coconut peanut inspired rice bowl, for the sauce, you're going to need a can of coconut milk, hot sauce of your choice. I'm choosing to use this gochujang. You've got a little bit of maple syrup, some garlic, ginger, and of course soy sauce and peanut butter. Now you can cook this in a pan, but I'm going to show you how we can blend it all together just in my Ninja blender and just pour it over the top of our rice bowl. Super fast and easy. Then we're also going to add a little Chinese 5-spice to that sauce and a little bit of lime juice. All this is going to be done to taste. You can take out anything that you wouldn't typically use. That's just what I use. We're going to cook up some white rice to go in this. And then for the veggies, we have bell pepper, scallions, broccoli, and some asparagus. And then I also just have some olive oil, salt, pepper, garlic, and some sesame seeds for garnish when we're done. So I'm going to get started with getting my pots of water for the pasta and the rice started, and then we'll get into prepping the veg. Now I forgot to mention what we're going to use for protein in the rice bowl. I have these Butler soy curls. If you haven't used them before, these are awesome. You just rehydrate them and they work kind of like chicken. I'll leave a link to these in my description box below. But so we're going to use half a bag of these and rehydrate them while we're prepping everything else in our vegetable stock. Okay, so our next step is going to be prep the veggies for our rice bowls because these do need to be roasted in the oven. So while we're getting our water boiling for our pasta and we have our rice cooking, we're going to do a little veggie prep. That way when all the stuff that needs to cook is cooking, we can set up everything else for our pasta salad, and then everything should be ready to assemble right around the same time. Now I bought this asparagus yesterday and the ends look a little less than green. So I know it looks like I'm wasting a lot. I'm going to compost these ends, but I want to make sure the veggies that are in the dish are really, really yummy. So we'll use those to fertilize our garden. For the scallions, we're going to use some of the white part in with our roasted veg and then some of the green on top of the rice bowls for some fresh garnish. Alright, so our veg for a rice bowl is prepped. I have my oven preheated to 350 degrees. We're just going to drizzle this with some olive oil, Then season it with some garlic, salt, and black pepper. I did have somebody comment on my last video about the amount of salt I use. I really just sprinkle it. It's probably about 2 teaspoons to a tablespoon per dish. This is a lot of veggies, but another important thing to remember is when you are refrigerating meals, especially if you're refrigerating them with a starch like a pasta or rice, they tend to get bland in the refrigerator. Making sure you season your food well on the front end will help you prevent needing a salt and pepper shaker at the table. In my family, we literally don't even use salt and pepper shakers at our table because I taste every layer of my food and season every layer. Now, you can use Himalayan pink salt or sea salt or better salt if you'd like. We're doing meals on a budget, so this is everyday conventional food that everybody can afford. But if you want to change it up a little bit, it's your meal, you do your thing. So we're gonna pop this in the oven. I'm gonna check on my rice and my pasta water, and then we can get started on our sauce for the rice bowl. All right, so for our sauce, this is a lot of eyeballing and tasting your food. But we're going to start with 1 full can of coconut milk, the cream on top and all. Now we're gonna blend this up in my Ninja blender and not even cook it. If I was cooking this for tonight, I would cook it on the stove. But since this is going into a meal prep that's gonna be reheated, there's really no need to take that step of cooking it on the stove. Now my husband really likes peanut butter in stir fries and rice bowls. So I'm gonna put a really healthy heaping spoonful. You can do more or less. You can also use a nut butter if you want, but my hubby really likes peanut butter. Then to add a little sweetness, I'm just gonna add a drizzle of maple syrup. If you don't have maple syrup, you could use agave. You could use a little brown sugar. Just about 1 or 2 tablespoons, not a lot, a little will go a long way. A couple dashes of Chinese 5-spice. Probably about a half a teaspoon worth. A quick squeeze of lime juice. This will just brighten all of our flavors. I'm gonna add about 2 tablespoons of soy sauce. A healthy spoonful of minced garlic. About a teaspoon of ground ginger. And then I'm gonna squeeze about a tablespoon of the gochujang in there. And we're just gonna blend this all together, give it a taste. After we taste it, adjust it to your liking. Add more peanut butter, add more 5-spice, however you're gonna like it best. Just make the adjustments and then put it to the side until our rice bowls are ready. Okay, so our pasta water is boiling. I'm gonna dump in our pasta and then we're gonna taste this sauce. Look at that, look how good it looks. Oh, this is just about perfect. It's not super spicy. I'm gonna add some crushed red pepper to the top of these rice bowls, so this will be perfect for my husband's liking. We're gonna set this to the side, and now that we have our pasta water going and our sauce for our rice bowls made and our rice almost cooked, we're gonna start prepping the veg for the pasta salad. And you guys, we're already almost done with our meal prep. So fast and so easy. Okay, so it's time to start working on our pasta salad. We're gonna start with the hard stuff. We're gonna take these grape tomatoes. Whew! Dump them in our giant bowl. 2 cans of chickpeas, drained and rinsed. It's hard work, I know, but someone has to do it. Then, take our cucumber, and we're just gonna start slicing up our veg and dumping it in this bowl that we're gonna mix all our pasta salad in as I get it sliced. Now while you're getting your veg prepped, it's important to keep an eye on your pasta. Mine is done, so I'm gonna take a break from cutting my veg. I'm gonna strain this and I'm gonna run it under cool water while I'm cutting the rest of my veg, so it's not too hot when I add it to the raw veggies. And then once I have my pasta cooled off and stopped cooking, I'm gonna toss it back in the pan with a drizzle of olive oil so it doesn't stick together, and we'll get back to our veggies. All right, now I'm gonna throw in about half of this bag of spinach. And the rest of this I will save this week for smoothies in the morning. I'm going to drain my olives, and I'm actually gonna throw in this whole jar. Well, I guess the whole jar minus 1 for myself. Gotta taste your food, right? These artichoke hearts are quartered, so they're pretty big chunks. I like to just take them out and give them another rough chop. That way they get really evenly dispersed. These ones are marinated in oil. I love that because it adds a little extra level of flavor. Okay, and then remember what I said earlier about seasoning every layer? We're gonna add a little olive oil. A little bit of salt and pepper. Very easy on the salt here because those Kalamata olives add a good brine. We're gonna add about 2 tablespoons of oregano. I used to work for a Greek family, and the wife was stunning, and she always told me every day she ate food with olive oil and lemon to keep her skin youthful and beautiful. So I take that to heart. I use olive oil and lemon a lot. So we're gonna squeeze the lemon over our veggies. I like to squeeze it upside down so my hand catches any seeds. And then it's time to get messy. I'm gonna take my rings off and I'm gonna mix this with my hands. Now that everything is nicely incorporated, we're gonna add a little bit of pasta. I know what you're thinking. This doesn't look like there's room for a ton of pasta, and there's not. The pasta is just a filler. It's gonna stretch it, it's gonna bulk up the salad, but this is all about lots of veggies, lots of nutrients. All right, now that our pasta's in, we're gonna get in here with our hands again. But first, we're gonna add some of our Greek vinaigrette. This is really gonna be complemented by the lemon, oregano, salt and pepper we already put into our dish. So even though you're using a pre-made dressing, you did a lot of things ahead of time to make it taste really fresh and homemade. So use about half of this bottle. We're gonna toss this with our hands again, and then our pasta salad is done and ready to be set to the side till we have our rice bowls set. How freaking gorgeous is this salad? This is gonna be lunches for us for the week, but it's also gonna be extra, more than just 5 lunches. It will probably be some lunches for my son too. So this makes a ton of food, tons of nutrients for really cheap. Now let's get back to our rice bowls and then we'll assemble our meal prep and we'll be all done. Okay, our veg is cooked, our rice is cooked, our assembly line is set. There's literally nothing left to do but assemble our lunches. So we're gonna start with the rice bowls just because they're gonna take more steps, of course. For our first layer, we're gonna put our rice down. So we've got just a little over a cup of rice per rice bowl. Now, if I was serving this meal fresh, I would take these rehydrated soy curls and I'd brown them in some olive oil real quick on the stove. However, because this is gonna be reheated, that step just isn't really super necessary. So I'm just gonna dump some of these soy curls over these rice bowls. So I'm just gonna take a small handful. Now you can use tofu, edamame would be great for this. You can skip it altogether. You can use tempeh. You certainly don't have to use soy curls. We had them in the freezer to use up, so that's why we're using them. But you use whatever protein you want. All right, for our next layer, we're gonna lay down our veg. I'm gonna give our sauce just a little shake. And then we're gonna pour it evenly over these 5 servings. And then this is totally optional, but I'm gonna top these with a little crushed red pepper. My hubby and I really like spicy food. And then I chopped up some scallions and we're just gonna evenly distribute those as well. All right, we're done with our rice bowls. We're gonna move on to just setting up our pasta salad, and then that's it, y'all. We're done. I like to use a ladle to scoop my pasta salad because the heavy stuff likes to fall to the bottom, and this gets it all evenly incorporated. And there you have it, a week's worth of lunches prepped for my husband and I, all healthy, super affordable, and delicious. If you like this video, please make sure to give it a thumbs up. Comment down below if you're gonna try any of these dishes. Thank you so much for watching my channel. Let me know if you like these meal prep videos. I started them because you guys asked for them, and I am loving making them for you, so I can't wait to make more. Make sure you hit that subscribe button so you don't miss a single video, and I will see you all in my next video. Thanks, bye.